Happiness.
Happiness comes from inside.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we live in America. We have everything we need. A person needs very little to live on.
Very little to live.
You know, unless you're sick or dying.
And you're not going to find happiness on the external.
You become a slave to this stuff. It's short-term happiness. Oh, look at my new car. And everybody's happy to see it for a second. But
hey, look at my new shit. Yeah. Look what I can do.
Yeah, it's cool. Happiness comes from
Nobody
inside.
cares.
It's an attitude. It's a perception.
It is. That's okay. It's just the world we live in. But to get out of that and be aware of that so you don't become a victim yourself of that situation.
It's a consumer society. We get programmed all day. TV tells you. You see advertisements. Everybody tells you, buy this and you'll be happy. Money can't buy happiness, but it'll buy this. And that's kind of like buying happiness.
But you don't need to depend on anybody. You came in alone. You're going to go alone. Even if you go at the same time. It's
easier to say than it is to do, but if you work at it, you can figure it out. It's a way of thinking. You're not going to starve here in America unless you apply yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you have to try to starve.
Homeless people have better incomes.
Eat good.
They eat better than you and I do half the time.
Some of them might be actually happy because they're not slaves to their stuff. They might be truly free. They just don't have bullshit they have to worry about.
Not to promote homelessness, but...
no, don't be homeless.
Don't be homeless. All the people I know that are homeless, though, like, choose to be. Yeah. Like, I know this guy that lives in his backyard and rents his house out.
Wow. Really?
No, it's very true. He lives in his backyard in a tent, and he rents his house out.
I don't want to be a slave to anything. Well, just the stuff we need. Air, water, food, shelter, companionship. No, I'll be a slave to that kind of stuff. I don't want to be a slave to money, to the rat race.
Why?
Because that's unhappiness. It's just stress. It's stress. I mean, it's the world we live in. You have to do some of that, but you don't want to be too connected to it. Slave to these damn things.
Stress causes you to not grow. Worry causes you to not grow. So anything associated with that, like gossip or talking about somebody else or just throwing it out there, believe it or not, you talk about somebody else in a negative or derogative way, and then somebody else talks about you in a negative or derogative way. And it always seems to work like that. So it's best not to just put the bullshit out there so you don't get the bullshit back.
When you're talking shit or being negative, you end up around negative people, negative energy. You surround yourself with it.
Yeah.
So that's why you try to be positive. To dilute the negative energy or get away from the negative energy.
But
so look for the good. Talk about the good things. If you're going to talk about something,
but
talk about the good parts of them.
Okay.
Keep the negative to a minimum.
Keep the negative a minimum, but acknowledge it, because the further you try to stuff negativity,
it's got to be there. It's there.
It's got to be there. You have to learn to deal with it. But if you don't learn to deal with it,
you gotta let it go.
It will consume you.
Yeah.
And once it's got its hook in your mouth, it's hard to get away from that unless you let it take your whole face.
Just like the birds of a feather flock together, you start being negative. You hang out with negative people because you're alike, because it's just easy to talk shit about so-and-so or such and such. And then you're around negative people and the negative energy just multiplies.
Yep.
So, try to be positive.
So wake up. Quit being such a jerk.
Be nice.
Be nice.
I know it's hard.
I know it's difficult, isn't it? I just want to be so mean, but...
It passes. The mean passes.
It does.
Let it go.
It does. And you know, you find most people that you go up to and think, oh, I bet he's a real prick, or oh, I bet she's a real rah-rah-rah. Most of these people are just actually pretty nice.